guys. Yeah, got a bit carried away there. Welcome back. Nice cup of coffee, and I thought it'd be quite nice to do a will it start video on this car. So I think it's not ran for a few years now, this car. We did do a video on it trying to start it last time, and she did just fire up. But obviously her battery's gone dead again. She's sat on another driveway for another year, or I think it's 18 months to a year, 2 years. I have no doubt that she'll probably start, but for peace of mind, before we turn the lights out on Eve, we will obviously just make sure she runs for the last time. So if you haven't already, please go check out the previous video on Eve. So Eve is a 1995 Mini Mayfair. It is James's first car and his absolute pride and joy. And I have to admit, even though I don't own the vehicle myself, it's quite close to my heart. James is without doubt one of my best friends, and I wouldn't have known him if it wasn't for us having our minis. So I want to help him. I want to get this car back on the road. And if, like I say, if you've seen the previous episode, James will be helping as and when he can. We're going to try and get together, and we'll do some collaborations on videos, and we'll obviously get cracking with her. So but the main body work and stuff like that is obviously going to be tackled by me, and I think we should try and get James welding. So drop in the comments below. James should do some welding on this, shouldn't he? So I wanted to take the chance to see if she will run, for one, and yeah, it'd be nice just to know that she runs sweet as a nut like she always has. And obviously we can then, like I say, pull the plug on the battery, lights out for at least, well, I don't even want to put a time scale on it, for a while anyway, put the lights out on this car. So without further ado, let's get cracking with this video. But first of all, we're in the workshop, and it's amazing. It's so good to come in here after work and just be like, epic, this is mine. It's still got to pinch myself every time I come in. There is another project sat over there. Those of you that follow me on Instagram, you will know what it is. And it's not a new car to the channel, it's a car I have, but it's a car I can now actually walk all the way around, which is lovely. So that will be coming to the channel very soon. And I'm filming this video now, looking at this great car, staring at another great car, and it's just epic. It's my dream come true, looking at all my cars together. So in this video, we're going to get Eve started, but before I get into that, I just want to say a quick thank you. We've had loads of new subscribers on the channel, and I can't thank you enough for coming. If you haven't already, please have a look around all the playlists. There's loads of classic mini content if that's what you've come for. But we are obviously now going to be able to sculpt out a little bit more into other classic cars, and one of them is sat over there, so we'll get cracking with that car. And I've also got way too many on my eBay watch list that I want to buy, so just watch your space, guys, as cars come in. So yeah, without further ado, I wanted to say a quick thank you, and we're going to get stuck into this video. Right, so I've already undone the old leather straps, and watch the old flippy aerial. Sorry, Eve. Let's get looking. So I'll bring you guys in. This is obviously a standard classic mini engine. It's had no internal work whatsoever, and yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a look, see what we got to play with. Oh, it's ideal, that, isn't it? So anyone that's into their minis will know that a classic mini started as a carburetted car, derived around this A series, which obviously evolved over the years, and it then led from a carburetor to a single point injection to the latest multi-point injection, which we had on the channel. We had a 99 Cooper Sports Pack, which started on the button as well once we remembered to plug the ECU back in. This is obviously the single point injection, so this is a 95 car. So my Mini Sidewalk's the same engine as this, basically. It's obviously just dressed a little bit differently for James's taste. It's got like upgrades, like silicone hoses, which I really want to do to mine. I think it's got a bigger alternator on it, which I have done to mine. Loads of little shiny bits, because it was a really nice dress bay when it was really on its game, this car, when it had its day. And obviously we're going to get back to that. So this is the single point injection. And it's quite a basic setup, however they can be a little bit problematic. Biggest things with these cars is wiring and the vacuum pipes. So anyone that's got their cars, if you've got a lumpy run or a lumpy idle or anything like that on your single point injection car or your multi-point injection car, that's to that extent, it's probably something quite simple, but you're going to have to trace it. These cars, I found with my experience, is vac pipes. They eat them for fun, they perish, they're down by exhaust, they're down by heat cycle, places that heat cycle. So with this one, what we're going to do is just going to pull a plug. We're going to just make sure that the plugs are fine, check it's got oil and water, The battery I swapped out for another one as it didn't have a good battery on the car, so hopefully we're sorted for that. Yeah, we're just going to check the basics, and hopefully, fingers crossed, she will burst back into life. Obviously I'll move my coffee first. So let's grab some tools. Right, so basic tooling, just a spark plug socket. So let's see what they look like. Probably don't even need to do this, but let's just have a gander. I'm curious what one looks like when it's sat, so. Let's have a look. It should be good, but if obviously there is any issues, then we can clean them off a little bit to make sure we have a good spark, but yeah, nothing wrong with that. Looks good to me. The electrode's all good. So in she goes, and I'll repeat it with the other three and then get back to you. Right, so now just to check the fluids quickly. So radiator cap, nice and simple. Yep, got some in there. I might just top it up a little bit. So it's just kind of like below the neck there, so that's all good. Oil, got this very nice fancy oil dipstick here, James. And just for Involvoed, I'm going to use a microfiber to check my oil. So just dip that again. Oh, absolutely bob on. And it's still lovely and golden. A mark of the car that's been looked after. That's what I like to see. Right, so I think the checks are done. There isn't really too much to check now. I've just topped up the water. It just needed a smidge. Probably doesn't even need it, to be honest, but it's all good. It's not going to run for that long. I just want to know it runs. We've got oil, lovely and golden. Well done, James, on top of your maintenance, as always. What a guy. So oil's all good and lovely and golden. All the spark plugs, the electrodes are absolutely fine. I don't even see the point in cleaning them up. They don't look that old, to be quite frank. They look pretty good. I'm not going to check in like the air filter or anything like that because it won't stop it from running. I'm going to just get the ignition turned on. I think that's the main point of call. Make sure we got some fuel, which will be good. You should hear it slurp in the fuel pump well array on an SPI Mini. So, wow, without further ado, let's see if she starts. So, let's go. Right, we got a lovely seat in here. Obviously, previous video, James has stripped the interior out. All right, so let's see if she will start. Don't know if you can hear that. That's the fuel pump going. Have we got fuel? It's going up, the gauge, so that's all good. Right. Let's knock that back. Set you guys up at the business end. Right. Will she start? Come on, Eve. You can do this, Eve. Right, so she does run. She put up a little bit more of a fight than I thought she would. So you probably heard then from me cranking it. the starter motor was stuck. I know this because I left the battery uncharged, come back with full battery, and it was still jamming, it wouldn't rotate. So I got a socket extension and a hammer, tapped the starter a little bit, freed it, and it went. So I think because she's been sat, the starter is a little bit stuck. But, I mean, the battery's not the best anyway. I've got a booster on it currently, which is helping her along. But yeah, I think the starter motor was stuck because it wouldn't even turn the engine over, which was getting a little bit worrying at first. But yeah, sorted. Good old SPI. So yeah, she's running quite nice. No leaks, no rattles, no weird noises. Sounding absolutely lovely. No flow. The moisture dripping out the bottom there. Also guys, while I have you, remember to check out our sponsors. We have Minimine for all your classic mini needs. There will be discount codes arriving very soon with you. A lot of you are asking me, but we have to do the boring admin side of things to get around to everything. So we will be with you. There is more coming, guys, so please stay tuned for that. They're a great company. Many of you already use them. Many of you already give them amazing reviews because they are such a good company. Frost Restoration, also equally as good a company. They deal with all your tools and your consumables and stuff like that. And we are working with them with a secret project. And also we are going to try and do an open day as well as an open day at Minimine as well. So if you're interested in that, please get stuck into the comments below, because it would be really nice to get a rough idea on numbers who's interested, so I can make these plans and we can move forward, because I'd love to meet you all. I really would love to meet you all. Right guys, so she runs. I didn't have any doubts, although when she started to not crank over, I was like, I've known this car for a long time and she's never done this. So I think that the culprit is the starter motor. So I spoke to James, he's about 5 years old, but 5 years and maybe sitting around. They do not make parts like they used to. If you can get any OEM parts for Rover Minis, get them, because stuff from like Eurocar parts or any aftermarket bits that are probably built in different countries and stuff like that, they're just not as good. They do not last. So you're better off trying to refurbish your own ones and stuff like that, or just trying to stockpile a few good bits. This one, like I say, I know is an aftermarket one. Potentially causing the issue, I don't know, but even when the battery was full, it was all, you turn the key and it was almost like click, 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 like the battery was flat, but it wasn't. It was trying to force it to go, because when I tapped it, it started to rotate. So it can only have just been jammed up with some corrosion on the flywheel there. So we're all sorted. She runs, and it is now time to pull the plug on her life, basically, for a little bit, without sounding too morbid. So we need to disconnect the battery and start the dismantling process. Yeah, I just wanted to know she ran. I don't, like I say, it's been a few years, but we've ticked that one off the list. So Eve, you run. You are worth rebuilding. I'm only joking. Of course she's worth rebuilding. Right. Next video, I will do an in-depth rust review, because we all like a bit of rust in Simpsons Classics. So we're going to do a bit of an in-depth rust review on this car. So we're going to go round with a screwdriver, maybe a pry bar, and poke some holes and see what we need to order. So sorry in advance, James, because I know you do watch these videos. I'm going to have to get a little bit brutal so we can make a panel list. So I know for a fact the front end's got to go all the way, even the scuttle, everything, it's all got to go. A panels forward, it's got to be replaced. However, looking at the inner wings, they look pretty decent. So we should be able to save them, but the rest of it has got to go. But yeah, we'll get stuck into that in the next episode. So please remember to subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, because it massively helps us get noticed on the YouTube algorithms. Obviously, if there's stuff you want to see on this car, I will do a bit more of an in-depth step-by-step guide of replacing the panels. How I do it, I am not a professional, I'm a man. I was going to say on a driveway. I'm a man in a lovely barn. I'm a man on a concrete floor just like you guys. So I'm at home trying to restore my cars. That being said, I have quite a few female subscribers now, which is quite nice. So I won't be sexist. If you're restoring your car and you're female, make yourself known on the channel, on the comments below. It's lovely to get everyone into classic cars. I want this to be a big community where we can all enjoy our classics. So please make yourself known, comment away. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Mrs. Simpson's well into her classic cars, and behind the scenes she does do quite a bit on these cars, so it's quite fun, but obviously she just does not want to be on camera, which I have to respect. So that being said, remember to subscribe. Like I say, next video is a rust review, and yeah, let's get stuck into Project Eve.